Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. Hurricane Helene was the 8th named storm of this season. Seems like it just roared by us yesterday. And now the 13th named storm of a very active season is tracking our way, sort of. Milton popped up late last week and is slowly churning in the Gulf of Mexico, headed toward the Tampa area. It'll become a major hurricane Monday. The track of that storm has moved a bit south of us and is headed pretty much straight eastward, not northeastward. With Tampa near the center of the most recent cone, the track pretty much straight across Florida's midsection. The Lowcountry has gone from being on the edge of the projected path over the weekend to outside it now, but the storm is moving so slowly we are not out of the woods by any means, of course. The cleanup continues after the hurricane, especially in upstate and into North Carolina. Beaufort County's convenience centers, the dumps, are still waiving the 3 visits per week rule, and now there's a new number to call if you need special support resources or referrals. 211, or you can visit the website sc211.org if you're looking for health and human services assistance. The recovery issues from Helene have led to a South Carolina judge ordering an extension of the deadline to register to vote in next month's election. The old deadline was last Friday. Now you have until Monday the 14th to register in person. You can register at your county election board or even online through scvotes.org. Similar extensions were granted after hurricanes in 2016 and 2018. Early voting in the state begins October 21st. That's just a couple of weeks from now. More than 3.3 million South Carolinians are registered to vote. Over 260,000 of them have registered just this year. Out of the tragedy of Hurricane Helene come more stories of giving from our part of the Lowcountry. Former Beaufort Mayor Stephen Murray just got back from a trip to Canton, North Carolina, a small town west of Asheville, where he and Sea Eagle market owner Craig Reeves took one of his refrigerated trucks, Reeves's, and 6 other trucks with 42 more pallets of relief supplies donated by Beaufort area residents to help following the hurricane. Murray had met the mayor of Canton at a flood conference a few years back, and he plans to make more trips if necessary. We'll hear from former Mayor Murray within the next 24 hours right here on the WHHI Daily News. He'll tell us about the situation upstate. And it turns out you didn't have to go out and buy all that toilet paper. The Longshoremen's Union and ports up and down the Atlantic coast have agreed to get everyone back to work as soon as now and suspend their strike until mid-January to continue negotiating a 6-year deal that's expected to result in at least a 62% pay raise. About half the cargo that enters and leaves the U.S. comes through ports like Savannah's and Charleston. For more details on these stories and other Lowcountry news, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. Big weather week ahead, as we've already told you, with how it might just impact us here in the Lowcountry. Maria Soden has the latest.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, yet another storm is headed towards Florida, and while we are not in the cone of the hurricane here in the Lowcountry, as we learned from this last hurricane that came through, we can be seeing an impact in our area due to the outer bands of the storm. Those conditions are going to include high winds, plenty of rain, and possible coastal flooding. We also are going to have a rip current and rough surf warning in effect until Friday morning. So taking a look, Tuesday, it's supposed to be sunny to partly cloudy. Hilton is going to have a high 81, a low of 69. Bluffton's of a high 82, a low of 67. And Beaufort's of a high 83 and a low of 67. The sunrise for Tuesday is going to be at 7:22 and sunset's going to be at 6:58. Taking a look at the tides, low tide's going to be at 7:57 a.m. and high tide's going to be at 1:32 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, Wednesday is going to be windy and not as warm, with the highs are going to be in the low 70s and lows are going to be in the low 60s. We're going to start to see an impact from the storm here in our area come Wednesday night. The rain is going to start to come in. Then going into Thursday, that's going to be our impact day. We're going to be seeing rain all day, high winds, and possible coastal flooding. Highs are going to stay in the low 70s, lows are going to be in the low 60s. And then come Friday, the storm should have passed by then. Friday, we're going to start the day off. It's going to be windy and breezy in the morning. Otherwise, it'll just be sunny. But those temperatures are going to stay down. Highs are going to be in the low 70s. Lows are going to be down in the 50s. That's it for your Lowcountry Crawl Spaces weather. Let's head it back to the desk.
Still to come, we will highlight a recent Hispanic Business Expo. We'll talk high school football. They did play this last Friday night. And up next, we will talk with Charlie Clark of the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Lots going on this fall. We'll get an update next.